Hello vinyl fans, audio fans, and anyone watching this video. I've been following on the YouTube community and the social media community. Some people seem to be getting back into cassettes again, and it really struck me with some amazement. And the reason being, ever since I got into audio as a kid, the cassette was typically my least favorite format, and for a few reasons. The sound quality to me was never that great. Um, the medium itself always seemed very fragile. These cassettes. Now, this is a cassette that I made when I was in college. I have one side with the Animal House soundtrack. I have another side with Rockin' 70s, and I picked up a supply of Sony normal bias cassettes at a thrift shop. I got 4 for 50 cents, so about 12 cents a tape, and I've been playing around with it a little bit. And this microphone is just the most fascinating piece of technology that I've ever picked up. This came with a reel-to-reel tape deck that I got at a yard sale last year for $5, and it was a WG Recordio. I was really surprised when I found out. You can see on the back here, the microphone was made by Shure. And back then, this is how old this thing is. They were known as Shure Brothers. And I've been trying to find a way. The reel-to-reel deck needs some work, and it needs new belts. But in the meantime, I've been trying to find a way to get some utility out of this thing, and I think I found it. This tape deck is a Technics RS-933W, and I was really thrilled to find this. I found this at a Savers for $12. This is the third one that I've seen at a thrift store, and the first two were dead as a doornail. I mean, absolutely nothing worked on the thing. The logic switches were all bad. The transports didn't work. And you can see right here, this has a amorphous head, Dolby B, Dolby C, and DBX, which is kind of cool because I've never used DBX before, and kind of nice to have a built-in DBX processor. Who knows, maybe I'll find some DBX vinyl out in the wild, but it's a dual cassette deck, which I have a dual tape deck that doesn't have as many features as this one, but you know, dubbing from tape to tape, the format is bad enough as it is. Never mind taking a noise degradation by, let's say, half or so. But anyways, what really wanted me to buy this thing was that it has a microphone input. In which case I was able to use this little Shure microphone, and you can see here I jerry-rigged a connector. See if I can. I've got alligator clips wired in, and I was able to make a recording for the first time using this thing, and we'll play it back on the Pioneer SX780, but it worked really great, and it sounds really nice, and I get sound out of both channels. everything's manual, like setting the levels. I was able to find a level that worked. We've got this at 3. You can see here you can disengage the noise reduction. You can choose DBX, and all these light indicators come on. You can choose Dolby B or Dolby C. But first recording, I went with DBX, and why not? I've never had a tape deck that's had that feature on. I gotta be honest with you guys, I do not like the tape format, and amazingly, this tape that I made in college in the 1980s still works. I think I recorded it with Dolby C noise reduction. You see, we've got the Animal House soundtrack. What I used to do when I did buy vinyl in college was I would play it back one time, and I would make a cassette. And I had a really nice tape deck in my automobile, and this was for me was the safe way to make tapes. But I found out I had another tape that I had to throw out. That tape snapped. This one amazingly has held up. Not only has it held up, but it's still playable. And you can see here, just for anyone who hasn't seen the format, this tape is thin, it's fragile, it's terrible. I just don't get this nostalgia craze for compact cassettes because it's a terrible format. The only thing I can think of is that people are finding now that vinyl is too expensive, and they're going to formats like this either to try something new or to try something that they perceive as cheap. Well, as you're about to hear, it came out pretty good. I can't kid you. The tape that I made with this concoction came out pretty good, but guys, tape is tape is tape. It's a terrible format, and if you're warming nostalgic over this format, maybe you've never used it before, but let's listen to a demo. DBX Test, the first recording I've made using the DBX noise reduction system. DBX is engaged. Recording level is maybe 2 dB above 0. Hitting the Dolby symbol on the meter. So far, this cassette deck looks like it's working great. First DBX noise reduction test. Okay, so as you can hear, that was the first recording I made with this thing, and it came out pretty good. I think there's a little bit of hum, maybe because of lack of shielding on this thing, and you can see there's maybe a couple of strands of wire that might be crossing here. I'll go back and snip it out, but really cool to get some utility out of this classic microphone. In terms of sound quality, it sounds darn good. And here you can see there's our tape deck spinning away with the amorphous head. Honestly, whoever came up with this idea of dubbing from cassette to cassette, they must have been out of their mind, because I maybe in a pinch, maybe someone's got maybe something they recorded off the radio or something, but if you're expecting good sound quality out of these things, honest to gosh, You know, you're looking at a maximum high frequency of maybe 17 to 18,000 cycles. It's just not a good format. So anyways, I hope that this little video here introduced you to the format. Maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't. I kind of begrudgingly tried it out, and for 12 bucks it's kind of hard to go wrong. I might pick up a demagnetizer and maybe demagnetize the heads, but I cleaned them out with some simple alcohol, and I think it was 91% alcohol. I cleaned the heads, but it's a very fragile format. There's no question about it. You can see right here. Look at how thin that tape is. It's razor thin, and 45 minutes per side, 90 minutes total. So you could fit maybe one album on one side, one album on the other, or a nice live recording. But the format is limited, and the format is not that good. So hope you enjoyed that video, and happy spinning, happy listening. Take care.